Hi, today we're going to run through using the GDS2 software with the Mongoose Pro GM interface. With this interface and a low cost subscription for GDS2 software, we have full dealer level diagnostics. Note for programming, this is a separate software. You need an SPS subscription as well if you want to do programming, but you can also use it through the Mongoose lead. The GDS2 software is for the models from the launch of the insignia and any new models thereafter. And for the description, you can register daily, monthly or yearly. Prices from €10 for a day up to €130 for a year. You can see more information on this on GME Infotech's website. And these prices we're talking about is for Opal and Vauxhall. You can see here that we have 7 days remaining in the lease. We have a full year subscription. So what happens when you purchase a subscription, you install the software onto your PC, and every 14 days then you have to go back to the site to renew the lease. So in 7 days time, we just have to go back to GME Infotech's website and just run through a procedure to renew the lease. But if you're getting a year subscription, you only pay once, but you have to go back every 14 days to renew the lease. But the main point is this software is actually installed on the computer. When we're using it now, we're not using it through the internet. So once it's installed, you don't need internet connection for 14 days. You can use away in the software, and when the lease expires, then you have to go back to the website to renew the lease. So now we're in the software. We already have it selected, but we'll just run through it. So to select the interface, you just go to Preferences, and you can see here we have 3 different options because we have used 3 different devices with this software before. We used Ohaland iScan 2WT and CarDiag M. This is Drutech's bigger J2534 interface, but today we're using the Mongoose Pro GM2. So go OK. This message will always come up no matter what interface you're using. Basically it's saying if there's a problem with communications or whatever, not to contact GM or not to contact Opal, to contact the manufacturer of the lead or of the interface. So now we're that's set up and ready to go. There is some other settings here, but you can have a look at this yourself. So we just go diagnostics. So straight away it picked up the car. We didn't have to give it any details. We're connected to a 2013 Astra J 1.7 diesel. So we'll just go enter. So you can see then that quickly it picked up the vehicle. So you see down here it picked up the VIN of the car and some of the spec of the car or the vehicle configuration. So here then we have different options: module diagnostics, vehicle diagnostics, system diagnostics and session manager. So we'll just go to start, we'll just go vehicle diagnostics. So if we take this selection, it goes vehicle DTC information. So it's going to scan the whole car, all the control units on the car. Again, you can see it running through this. The ones coming up with the green ticks are the control units that we're connected, that it's connecting to. The ones with red is no communication, so they're either not fitted on the car or a problem with it. But in this case, we know they're not fitted because there's no problem with this vehicle. And over here then you can see if there's any errors stored. So there's no fault stored in it. So right, we can print this, create a report from it, add bookmarks, do all different things. As you can see, it keeps refreshing through the list of codes there. Every few seconds it keeps running through them. So if there was any DTCs stored, we go here to clear them, and then you select the DTCs you want to clear. But in this case there's no DTCs to clear. The other thing we can do then is read vehicle-wide DTCs and ID information. This is going to read all the DTCs and the ID of all the control units on the car, with software versions, hardware versions, part numbers, etc. We can show you this in a moment now when it's finished running through it. So now you see it'll automatically display this page, so you can print this if you want to get any details off it or show it to the customer. So we have all the car details. Each module then will have a separate list, so we have the chassis number, the store, the part number, date, programs, software versions it's on, hardware numbers, all sorts of different information here. So each control unit then it'll give you all this information. Let me close out this, go back. Next thing then, we can go to say module diagnostics. So this is all the list of control units. All these may not be fitted to the vehicle, as we've seen earlier when it done a scan of the whole car. So say we can go engine control module, we can read trouble codes, but there's no need because we know there's none stored. Identification, basically just giving us the details again, the hardware details, software details, and other information. We can go data display. So they do the data display in different groups. Some of the data will be repeated in different groups, but we'll just go to engine data, enter. So now we can view the data like this in this format. Again, you can select the ones you want. You can pick and choose whichever readings you want to look at, or you can look at it in a graphical format. So here we have the full list of data in the graphical format. Or if you want to just pick one reading, just to focus on one reading, we can go to when we're here, then there's loads of different things we can do here. And with the display, we can change the background in it. We can show the different types of lines. Let's just start the car. Then we can for example, if we click on a reading, then we can lock that reading, and then we can go to line graph and just look at that reading on its own. Then when we're here, we can do loads of other things. We can expand the time base. Decrease it. We can also increase the range, the height range on the reading. Reading, view it. This is for changing the reading from metric to imperial units. Go back here again. So this more or less the data list. Again, then we can pick it in different groups. So if we go exhaust aftermarket data, we can go here. We have different readings here, and mostly ones that we'd be concerned with if we want to look at DPF data. So same situation, you can select readings, lock them. And we can go line graph. So we can see we have both of them on the graph here, and it's showing us here the different colors. So green is DPF differential pressure, and this one is blue is the exhaust gas temperature sensor. So that's pretty much technology on live data. You can see huge list there, full dealer level list, very fast. And here then we have control functions. These are like activations. So here, for example, we with EGR valve. So in this case we can act the EGR valve when the engine is running, and then we can watch what's happening with various other readings when we activate the EGR valve. For example, if we wanted to make sure that the EGR valve wasn't sticking or stuck open, or so we can select the MAF or the airflow sensor, so lock it here. So you can see the reading here of the airflow meter. So now we'll activate the EGR valve. When the EGR valve opens, the airflow meter reading should reduce, because it'll be taking in less air, it'll be using more of the recirculating more. So the command state 10%, 20%, and you see the air mass meter reading dropping. So we can go back up. It should start to increase then, the air mass meter reading. So it's very useful. This they call this bidirectional control, so we can control something and view the readings at the same time. So a load of other activations here. And here then we have configurations and resets, learn functions. On most of the newer Opel vehicles there's loads of different relearns on them. For example, if you change the clutch pedal position sensor, replace the crank sensor, any of these items you have to, when you fit a new one, you have to relearn them. Reset functions, this is when you're replacing the DPF filter, replacing the DPF pressure sensor. This is the engine oil quality reset, exhaust gas temperature sensor resets, injector coding. Here for the DPF regeneration. Just going to airbags, vehicle restraint, sensing and diagnostic module. Again, same information, identification information, data display. So we can look at the resistance of various parts of the airbag system. Activate the airbag indicator, control reset function. So this is to configure a new module if you're replacing the airbag module. So that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's very straightforward to use, very fast, and full dealer level diagnostics. So can we go back just to show you the models that are listed. So here you can see the various models. Some of them are repeated here for different years. So you have the Insignia, Astra J, Anteria, Ampere, Combo D, Zafira C, Adam, Cascada, Maka, and so basically any new models after the launch of the Zafira will be in this new software. For the older vehicles, then what Opel and Vauxhall used to use was a handheld diagnostic tool called Tech 2, but you can also diagnose these vehicles with the Mongoose lead with software that GM use, also called Tech 2 Win. But again, this is a separate subscription. So that's about it on this, and thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for other videos.